throw the punch again, Tim. I didn't even think that Tim was attacking me there. All I did was, like a snake, he comes the punch. And so consequently I went straight through his punch. It doesn't matter how powerful it's going to be, I went straight through it and struck the points behind his ears, and that's a neurological shutdown. So we learn the points, but then they become subconscious, so it doesn't matter where you put your hand, you're going to strike something which will do a lot of damage. But it's the intent that saves me to get me in here to fight with this. And you cannot defend yourself without intent. Without intent, you have to go back to yay, yay, and when you go back to doing that sort of fighting, then you lose against a good street fight. You might win against some drunk at a pub, but you'll never win against someone who really knows what they're doing, because street fighters have natural intent anyway. They know what they're going to do. Their whole body and mind is intent on getting you. And you have to have that same intent, but mixed with your martial arts training, it's greater intent than what that attacker has upon you. And that's the only way you're going to defend yourself, is to use this. It's like as if I've got I'm thinking, here's Tim throwing his punch, I've got like an arrow aiming towards Tim, like this. That's what I'm thinking, something coming in towards him. It's like, and this is the same with the healing art. If we're fighting the points, we're trying to put something into the point here, and we're just looking around. This is not intent. But as I've always said, this is also not intent. That's not intent. It's simply, that's intent now. I'm thinking, go in to the point. I'm just thinking, I'm not thinking, go in, that creates tension. Well, I've got intent on the point. I'm not, sorry, I shouldn't have said I'm thinking going into the point, because that's my conscious brain thinking. It's like as if, once again, there's a big arrow concentrating right down onto this one point in his arm, and I'm just concentrating all my energy into that one point. I have intent in the healing art. And so you must have intent when you're being struck. So here I am in my power stance, in my boxing stance, my engine's going, remember, it's rolling over. When the attack comes, that's when I throw it into first gear and attack him. I got him on gallbladder 3 then. I didn't have to think about gallbladder 3. His attack and the position that I was in at that time dictated to me that that's the point that I must have struck then, automatically then, because I had intent behind what I'm doing. See, the back is rounded. It's like a bow and arrow being pulled back and going into the person. So standing like this, there's no way I can have intent standing like this. I've got to do these sorts of things. I must be like this, like there's the bow, and when he attacks, sorry, taking your nose off, then bang, in you come. Now it doesn't matter where his hand is, just do it slow. Say here's just a very straight punch on the nose. Here comes his straight punch. If I have intent, my arms are simply going to take that. See how but if I don't have intent, watch what happens. Just hold your hand really strongly. See, he's pushing me now because I have no intent. He has more intent than me. But again, strong punch, if I have intent, it doesn't matter what's happened to me, I'll go straight through it. And I'll get to the point if I have intent. So it doesn't matter if it's a slightly rounded punch,